Hi, beautiful ladies. In this conversation, I want to talk about four reasons why men may be flocking towards you. Reason number one is that you may be a very pretty lady. Now, mark the word, I said pretty, not beautiful. Pretty has to do with physical appearance, physical beauty, while being beautiful has to do with the mind, the character, the attitude, and things of importance. Now, if you're a very pretty lady, men would always want to flock or frolic towards you. So enjoy the fun. Don't get offended at them. Men like good things. Everybody like good things. Sometimes you may want to feel offended because someone you consider below your class, someone you consider to be below your class, they want to come and talk to you, or they want to come and make you his friend. At the face value, you feel like, how can this nobody come to someone like me? But I'd like to ask you a question. If you were the type that carried 20 out of 30 in school, maybe in primary school or secondary school, if you get home, will you now tell your parents that, because I carried 20 out of 30, throughout this holiday, you people should not give me food again? It won't happen. Even if you carry 35 out of 35, you will still eat your morning food, afternoon food, evening food, or as dictated by the family. They will still buy you Christmas clothes, because if they don't buy it, while I don't bust. Okay? So, as bad as a man is, he wants a good thing for himself. Everybody likes good things. So when I say catch the fun or enjoy the fun that you're pretty and people appreciate you. Just imagine if you were not pretty and in 1 year you go to all the places you go to and nobody says hi, hello, can I have your number? You will feel something is wrong somewhere now. You think your village people are pursuing you. Even though you fully know that you are an Ojorofiner, you will still be thinking your village people are after you. So the point is, don't get offended. The key word is be nice. Now, you can turn a man down without being offensive. You can turn a man down without making him feel less of a man. This is where some women have issues. The manner in which you turn down a man will determine the man's next action. When you turn a man down in a method that makes him feel that he's a nobody, that man will go to any length to deal with you. And the dealing with you most times is he will look out for those things he thinks you like, and he will offer you those things. Most times it's money or vanity, porridge yam. And a lot of women fall for it. Then he will knock you very well and abandon you and walk away. Sometimes some men do it to women as a result of retaliation for what women did to their friends. You can turn down a guy and make him feel less of a man. He goes to tell his friends, see that girl, she just do anyhow. Then that one has money. They can even contribute. I've seen a case where they contributed and give to that one and say, give her, spoil her, take her out, do everything. And the guy knocked her. To hurt her, he knocked her friends. 2 of her friends. Then finally he did some things that casted the whole thing so that everybody will know. Then she now got offended and said he's a useless guy. She thought he was good, and walked away from the relationship. But from the beginning, it was the game plan. So don't make a man feel less of a man when you're turning him down. You can be nice. You can maintain a conversation. If you're in a place where he wants to have a conversation or he's having a conversation with you, keep the conversation. But maintain your grounds. And your grounds is that you cannot be his friend, or you don't want to be his friend, or you cannot be his wife. Because some men are so stupid that on the first day they are razzling you or talking to you, they are telling you they want to marry you. I don't know what makes them feel that you are their wife enough for them. Because irrespective of how much you observe a woman, you can never tell if she's your wife from the first day you saw her. Except you're infatuated. So, maintain your grounds. And your grounds is you don't want to be his friend, but you can hold a conversation with. Maybe you're in a bus, you're in a taxi, you're in a public place, you're in a party, anywhere. maintain your grounds, but keep the conversation going. Secondly, another reason why men may flock towards you is if you have good manners. There's this song that Buju Banton sang. He said, as bad man used to be, he respects the father. That means that no matter how bad a man is, he respects his father, or he respects that person he sees as a father. Now, when a woman has good manners, or when a woman is a good woman, every man wants to make you his own. Even if he's worse than Satan, he will still want to make you his own, because he knows that with you by his side, he's on the safer side. The man knows that he himself is a bad guy. He knows. But he still wants you for being a good woman, because everybody likes good things. So when you have good manners, when you have principles as a woman, when you are disciplined, when you have integrity as a person, men will always want to. No matter where you go, anywhere you go, men will always come to you, because you're like a light that shines everywhere. So if you're that type and men come to you, still don't be rude to them. Don't make a man feel less of a man. Turn them down, maintain your grounds, be nice to the man. Because sometimes there's this thing about some ladies. Yes, they are good people, they are principled, they are disciplined and all that. But they give off this energy of, don't approach me, don't talk to me, I'm not your type, or I'm not that type. And the truth is, yes, you're a principled lady, but the energy, the aura you give off chases away those men who respect your principles. When they see you and they see your personality that tells, don't come close, get out of my sight, or don't come too close, I'm a holy person. Such men whom you actually desire, that I'm talking about the good men whom you are supposed to have, such men will respect that your principle of don't come close. So they walk away. They won't come close. The only ones that will come close are the cowboys who don't give a hoot about who you are. All they want is to come and chop your honey pot and walk away. Because to them, sleeping with you is like adding a certification to their CV. They say, I see an after all, I knock that girl. So, and the funny thing is, most times when these cowboys come to you, they will act like the good guy. You won't be able to differentiate them from the bad. You won't be able to know they are the bad guys, because they have studied you to know that this one, you get to follow him as he wants to be followed. Otherwise, you don't go get them. So, be nice to the men, and you have a good life. Another reason why men may frolic towards you or may flock towards you is if your body releases pheromones so much. They say men and women have different pheromones or different hormones that our body gives off. Now, these hormones are powerful in the sense that we don't know we're perceiving them. They are subtle and powerful. Now, for some women, or for women generally, estrogen is one of those hormones that make them be a woman. Now, when estrogen is in excess in the body, it makes a woman represent a woman. I don't know what word to use now, but it makes a woman be the woman she is. So wherever she is, irrespective of whether she's pretty, she's ugly, she's anyhow, her leg gets sale, all those, anything, men would always want to sleep with you, because once they're in your presence, they perceive that pheromones. Sorry, I don't know the actual pronunciation, whether it's pheromones or pheromones. They perceive those hormones, and they will always want to stick to you. Now, it's nature's own way of making sure that the generation continues. I think, personally, I'm not saying this is a medical fact, I think that at particular points in time in women's life, they always secrete a lot of these hormones. I think it moves with their monthly cycles, because from my observation of women, sometimes you see some women that look very beautiful. You want to have everything with them. But at other times, they are looking, one kind. So I'm just saying that I think. I'm not saying it's a scientific fact. But for those women whom theirs is high, sometimes as a result of certain things, it could be the foods you're eating. And it could also be as a result of your lifestyle, maybe like exercise. If you're doing a lot of exercise, just like testosterone for men. If a man does a lot of exercise, or if a man has a lot of testosterone, whenever he's in the presence of women, women feel attracted to him because they perceive that testosterone and they want to come closer. Like for some men who have an excess testosterone, it shows in the kind of deep voice. And this deep voice turns on women. Even when the man is not physically appealing to them, it turns them on, because it is not about the man's physique. It's about what they are perceiving that is attracting them to the man. So for a woman, if you have that issue where men always want to sleep with you, it's not Obanje, like some people say Obanje spirits, they follow you. It's a lie. It's not Obanje. It has to do with what you eat. From my own little research, I understand that bitter leaf olubo gives that to women a lot. So if you have that issue and you eat a lot of bitter leaf, I think you should tune down on it. Number 4. Another reason why men may flock to you is if you are cheap. When a woman is cheap, her story spreads faster than wildfire. There's this conception or there's this perception we have in society that women and gossip is like brother, twin sister. But do you also know that men gossip? Men talk about women as well. When a man sleeps with a woman, especially the immature ones, the mature men, their sexual life is private, not even to their friends. But those who have not found their footing in this field of maturity, any sexual encounter with any woman becomes wildfire. Offline bloggers. Before you know what's happening, your news has gone far, 100 kilometers from where you are. So when people see you and they come towards you, they come to you seeking for that thing. You think that, why are these people? You may not even know. You'll be like, why are these people coming to me? Am I so pretty? But the truth is, they know you are cheap. And what is cheap? I'm not saying, maybe there's a need to redefine cheap. Cheap doesn't mean that when you see a guy, you give him your phone number on the first date, or you give him access to you on the first date, means that you're cheap. No, that doesn't make you cheap. If you have integrity, if you have your moral values, you can give a guy your number in the first day. You can even start dating a guy the first day he talks to you, but your value will be intact, because that your leg will never open. And when you start adding value to the man's life, the man will see you for who you are. So cheapness has got nothing to do with the time it takes for you to accept a man into your life. It's in the ancient time when there were different set of morals. That's when a man can ask a woman out for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, even 4 years. In this modern time, who does that? Nobody does that. In fact, some guys, for me as a person, from the day I started talking to women, I don't pressure a woman into the moment I talk to you the first day and you're not, I walk away. I leave you. You're not the only fish in the river. And it's a system that men these days, as a result of feminism, have started adopting. Most men don't pressure women. As you say no, they don't walk out, go their way. So cheapness hasn't got to do with you giving your number or accepting a man. Cheapness has to do with you seeking for things that are of no value. Porridge yam. You meet a man today, tomorrow you're asking him for a charge card. The next tomorrow your gas has finished. The next week you want to make your hair. These are cheap things. These are not things of value. These are not things that will add value to you. A man wants to be interested in things that will enhance your lifestyle. I had this friend one day, she told me a story of something that happened to her friend. The boyfriend, she was dating a guy, they had dated for about 3 years, or I think 3 or 2 years. It's been long she told me this story, so I can't really recall if it's 3 or 2 years. It's over 8 years now. She told me this story. Now, her friend's birthday was approaching. As at then, I can't recall the iPhone. I think it was iPhone 3, maybe iPhone 4 that was in vogue then. So, the guy now asked her that she should choose between 2 options. Because she was saying the guy should buy her an iPhone. But what the guy was looking at was he wanted to give her the money for her to start up a business, so she can be making money, because she wasn't doing anything. So since she was insisting on iPhone, the guy expressed his own desire that he would have preferred her to do a shop, to start a business, not necessarily a shop, to start a business, but he will give her the money. She can learn any skill she wants. They were deliberating, it later became an issue. So the guy now said, okay, you have to choose between these 2. She chose the iPhone. The guy bought her the iPhone. Then it was about 200,000. He bought the iPhone for her, 200,000. On that birthday, he came, presented the iPhone to her, knocked her very well that night, knocked her. But what she didn't know was that was a goodbye knock. The guy knocked her very well. But that was a goodbye. After then, the guy left. The guy never called her. He deleted her number from his phone. Deleted everything. Unknowing to her, that day that he came for her birthday and knocked her, he had taken his keys. He not only took his keys, his spare key that was in her key ring, he went home and changed his lock. So, men want you to have value. I'm talking about reasonable men, not just all men. Those that are reasonable, that have value to add to you, they prefer you to do reasonable things that will add value to your life, not asking them for things of unimportant things. I think in this age of feminism, because feminism has come to characterize women, whether we like it or not, whether we want to accept it or not, it is now the standard. Even those who don't talk about feminism or see themselves as feminists, they imbibe a lot of feminist behavior. So in this age of feminism, men would prefer you to pay your bills, sustain yourself, so that we're on the same page. That's why right now, most times if a guy is talking to a woman and he asks her, what do you do? She says she doesn't do anything. Piam, he won't hear from her again. Sorry, she won't hear from him again. Why? Because he doesn't want a liability, a burden. So when you keep asking men for this porridge yam, this, I want to fix my nails, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that, the man sees you like, this girl is cheap. This is her price for the leg to open. For some other stupid girls, they don't even need to ask you for anything. As you just thought that I'm going to smile, open the leg. And that's how it goes. So, if men are frolicking to you because you're cheap, then what you need to do is to adjust yourself. Adjust your method, adjust your life, and change. The moment you change, they will stop coming because you're no longer cheap. Every woman is a princess. Every woman is a goddess. Every woman is the crown of a man's life. That's why, like the Holy Writ say, men, treat your women with respect, with love and respect, so that your prayers will not be hindered. Because the woman is the bridge between the man and God. The woman is the spiritual bridge that draws down the blessing. If you're a bad woman in a man's life, you ruin that man. But if you're a good woman in a man's life, you add value to him. So every woman is a queen. And you don't need to enjoy yourself by letting yourself loose for anybody. You're meant for only that king who will treat you like the princess you are. So treat yourself to a good taste and be of good heart. You will find somebody to love you someday, sometime. Cheers and thanks for listening. If you have any questions, you could leave it down. I'll come back to answer them. Hi, beautiful ladies. In this conversation, I want to talk about 4 reasons why men maybe flocking towards you.